Paperweight, Volume 2. Written and read by Stephen Fry. Welcome to Paperweight the Audio, Volume 2. A technical note. If you have not bought a copy of Paperweight the Audio, Volume 1, it is possible that this tape will self-destruct, taking your ears with it. Press pause now and go to your nearest high street faintly amusing talking book stockist and become the proud owner of Paperweight the Audio, Volume 1. It's the safest course. A word for those who are listening to a stolen, shoplifted, borrowed, bootlegged or pirated copy. Arse. Another word. Hole. Thank you. Trefusis on Old Age. Professor Donald Trefusis, an ancient Cambridge don, appeared every Saturday morning on the Radio 4 programme Loose Ends. On this occasion he has been absent, however. I cannot remember why. It is probably just as he says. Hello. It's very comforting to find myself back behind the microphone again after so disturbingly long an absence. My apologies for relinquishing the old Saturday morning stand go to those of you, particularly Mrs. Bertilda Medicine of Homerton, who like to use my voice on the wireless to threaten their children with. The reason for my spell away from this space is a submission to a really rather virulent bout of laziness, which was complicated by a further recurrence of the old indifference and chronic indolence which afflict me from season to season. I'm almost fully recovered now, though still subject to moments of apathy and idleness. It's a problem old flesh is heir to. When you arrive at my advanced mileage, it's surprising how almost nothing seems to matter any more. 43 years ago, I crossed 2 continents and 3 mountain ranges in order to obtain an original manuscript of the Sanskrit Ranahabadat, for which I paid half a year's stipend. Only yesterday I spilt a mug of the regular 7 o'clock low-fat instant Horlicks all over those sacred pages, and my only concern was with the waste of milk. Plus ça change, plus c'est complètement différent. Yet there are those older than me. Oh, yes. The President of the United States of America can give me 2 years. It's customary, amongst thrusting, urgent young comedians, commentators, and the like, to represent him, Ronald Reagan, as a silly, dithery old man, incapable of sentient articulation or rational thought. It is, of course, so easy to mock. At least I find it easy. It's difficult to mock sane, intelligent, honest people, but it is almost childishly simple to mock hair-brained, senescent pithecanthropoids like America's chief executive. He really is a monstrous old dotard, isn't he? But then, you see, this is what happens if you invest power in the old. Can you imagine a personage such as, for instance, myself, organizing economies or representing nations? It's a laughable notion, and yet I have 12.5 times the intellect, humanity, and wisdom of Ronald Reagan. That doesn't stop me from being a cretinous old idiot and a full stick short of a bundle, mind you. But that is pardonable. Indeed, it would be an essential quality, a sine qua non in a politician. My abiding sin, and what completely disqualifies me from being able to hold high office, is that I simply do not care. And it is quite apparent that this lethargy, this supreme indifference, also afflicts Mr. President. He frankly could not, in Rhett Butler's endearing phrase, give a damn. This quality is charming in the old, so long as they do not wield authority. In my case, it results in a fine, free insouciance in my attitude to form-filling, tax-paying, traffic regulations, and micturational control. In the case of Reagan, however, it manifests itself in such startling incidences of floutings of international law, decency, and protocol as have recently been witnessed in his hideous, mad dealings with Iran. It is alarming to realize that the man with the most power vested in him on God's shining earth is almost certain to care more about whether or not passing his morning motion is going to be more or less painful than it was last time, than he does about the wicked immorality of his administration in its attitude to neighbouring countries. It really won't do. How can it do? It can't, of course. It can't do. No, of course it can't. Stands to reason. The American people seem to be very fond of the old darling, however, which buffets me back and forth between hope and despair. Despair because it is quite evident that our generally pleasant species has little time left, and hope because it is clear that should I piddle down the staircase or fail to pay my yearly taxes, I will be able to apologize
Sample complete. Ready to continue?